name is Yaquiel Quiroz, an associate professor at the Harvard Medical School and director of the Multicultural Alzheimer's Prevention Program at Massachusetts General Hospital. So in Colombia, South America, we have the largest extended family that has early onset Alzheimer's disease due to a single genetic mutation. So we have more than 6,000 individuals that belong to these families, and they usually develop mild cognitive impairment at the age of 44, 45, and dementia at the age of 49 or 50. I was able to launch what I call the colombia-boston biomarker study, now we call it COLBOS. And as a part of that project, I actually proposed to bring Colombian families with familial Alzheimer's disease, with early onset Alzheimer's disease, to bring them to Boston to get all the neuroimaging and biomarker studies that we couldn't do in Colombia. Being a woman and being also like a Colombian and Latina neuroscientist, I think that it has been key to get the support and the resources that I need. We started the project in 2015, and individuals from the Colombian families were coming to Boston every month. And thanks to that project, we were able to describe the trajectory, the early changes in biomarkers in individuals at risk for Alzheimer's disease. In these families in particular, we were able to describe that they have amyloid pathology, that is one of the hormonal pathologies that are associated with Alzheimer's disease, that they were present in their brains when they were as early as 28. Several years before they have any kind of cognitive symptoms. And we were also able to show that they have tau pathology as early as the age of 36, almost 10 years before they have any kind of cognitive symptoms. So we were able to place this trajectory, and we were able to show that really high levels of amyloid were required for a tau pathology to start in the brains. As part of the follow-up or the individuals from the COLBOS study, we also identified some individuals that even carrying this mutation, that they remain cognitively unimpaired or with no symptoms or dementia for several years after the estimated age of onset for these families. So in 2019, we actually reported the first individual that actually only developed cognitive decline or memory impairment at the age of 72. Almost 30 years after she was expected to develop impairment in these families. Studying her case, we were able to identify a protective mutation in the ApoE gene, and studying this mutation, we were able to identify that a protective mechanism that potentially can be a new targeting for treatment of Alzheimer's disease. Everything that we do in my lab, or everything that we do in my group is really to find something that we can actually contribute to stop the disease. So individuals that are actually suffering from the disease now, or especially the ones that are in Colombia, for instance, that they are pretty much destined to develop the disease, they don't have to face that future like in the next few years. The new the technologies in the genetics field have been a game changer, like including, for instance, the genome-wide association studies. I think it would be great if we can also go beyond looking at genetic risk variants and also studying the protective variants, the genetic variants, so we can actually find ways to prevent Alzheimer's disease in the future.